So you're looking for the best and quickest way to earn a halal income online from home in 2023. Well, look no further because in this video, I'm going to break down all the options available today and their pros and cons, and also share with you the best way that I have found to earn halal income online after having coached hundreds of Muslims in achieving that exact goal and having been earning a halal income online myself for over a decade. So if you want to find out the very best way to earn a halal income from home, stay tuned till the very end of this video. All right, bismillah. So when talking about earning a halal income from home, one of the things that we need to get clear on is how we're going to measure the different opportunities available to us today. If we want to find the best way to earn a halal income online, that means that it needs to meet a few criteria. Number one, it needs to be easy. It can be hard and tedious to set up. Number two, it needs to cost $0. It needs to cost nothing, because if it costs money to set up, then that defeats the purpose of making it easy. Number three, it needs to be accessible, meaning anyone can do it no matter their background, because I want this to be applicable to any person, no matter their background, their financial situation, the skills that they have, and the knowledge that they have. Number four, it needs to be fast, meaning you can earn an income quickly to transition out of your job and into a work from home situation. And finally, number five, it needs to be massively profitable, meaning we can actually make enough money to sustain ourselves and not have to work a 9 to 5. Now let's talk about the options available to earn a halal income online and measure them against this very specific set of criteria that we've established to determine if we can find the best way to make money from home in 2023. So one of the options that people consider when it comes to earning a halal income online is developing their own app. Now, when it comes to developing your own app, in terms of how easy it is, it's definitely not going to be easy. Developing an app requires specialized knowledge, understanding coding, how an app is developed, and ultimately it's very difficult for a beginner. Number two, in terms of cost, apps cost a lot in terms of development, in terms of maintaining servers, to host the app, in terms of launching it on the Play Store or the App Store. And so definitely in terms of cost, it's not a viable option as well. Now, in terms of accessibility, is it accessible to newbies and beginners? Unfortunately, developing an app is not accessible, so it fails on that criteria as well. Number four, is it fast to generate an income? Unfortunately, developing an app is slow and takes time to launch and acquire users, and so it fails that criteria. And finally, number five, is it massively profitable? Now, with most software companies, they actually need funding to be able to launch and to be able to acquire users and ultimately get to a point where they're generating a profit. So definitely not the most profitable business idea or business model or income opportunity. So we're going to have to scratch off building an app. That's not going to be the best way to earn a halal income online. Now, option number two is selling products online. This means buying and selling through Shopify, on any e-commerce platform, building an online store. And when we're evaluating this option to earning a halal income online, number one, is it easy? I would say that it's relatively not too difficult with the options available that we have these days, such as Shopify, WooCommerce, Squarespace, and you have a few platforms that make it pretty easy to build an online store. In terms of cost, how much does it cost to set up this income source? Unfortunately, it actually costs a lot of money to buy the products, to ship the products to your customer, to advertise the products, to generate sales, to host your products online on an e-commerce platform. And so in terms of cost, unfortunately, on that part, it fails the mark. Now, is it accessible? I'm going to put this one as a pass on accessibility because it's easier to source products online from China or other countries and sell them at a profit. However, we do have to keep in mind that you're going to be competing with hundreds, if not thousands of other online stores that are going to be selling the same products. And so it does require knowledge in terms of marketing, in terms of expertise in how to acquire clients, bring traffic to your store to actually make money, because it's not enough to just build an online store on Shopify and get a few great products. But once you have the store, you have to generate traffic to that store to generate sales. And that's very difficult for a lot of beginners in business. Now, the fourth criteria is it fast. Unfortunately, on this part, it fails the mark because building an online store and trying to sell products online takes a lot of time. You have to source the products. You have to check for their quality. You have to advertise the products. You have to work on SEO to generate traffic. You have to generate sales. You have to ship the product to your customers. And all of these steps are required for you to generate small, very small amounts of income, which brings me to the final criteria. is it massively profitable? And unfortunately, it fails on that criteria as well. Selling products online is not the best way to earn a halal income if you're trying to work from home, because you have to ultimately rely on maybe $10, $20, $30 profit on every sale. And unless you're generating thousands of sales every single month, you're probably not going to make enough to buy more products, to maintain your online store, as well as pay yourself a salary. And the main issue for a lot of e-commerce store owners is even when they generate thousands of sales, they spend that money to reinvest in their business to buy more products. And so truly, it's very hard to take money out of your business. So it's not going to be the best way to earn a halal income online in 2023. This brings us to option number 3, which is offering coaching and consulting services online. Now, when we look at the first criteria, is it easy? Unfortunately, I would say that for this business model specifically, it fails that criteria, because when you want to offer coaching or consulting online, that means you need to have skills, you need to have knowledge that you can leverage to help others, to help them solve a problem or achieve a certain goal. So if you don't have any experience, you have no professional background, you have no skills that you can use to help others, then it's not going to be easy to generate an income online through coaching and consulting. In terms of the second criteria, when we look at cost, then it does pass the mark. It does cost you nothing to build an online coaching or consulting service and work with clients. And you can set up your social media accounts and find clients on Instagram, on Facebook, depending on the coaching or consulting service that you offer. Now, in terms of accessibility, unfortunately, coaching and consulting fails the mark on accessibility, because to become a coach or consultant, as I mentioned earlier, you need skills that you can leverage to help others solve a problem or achieve a certain goal, because that's why they pay you. For example, if I wanted to position myself as a life coach, well, I need to at least have some experience with life coaching or have taken some type of certification or some type of education or training to be able to work with people and charge them for this service. Same thing if I'm a business coach. Well, I can really only be a business coach if I've actually built a successful business, or else I would be a fraud. And so the accessibility factor of coaching and consulting is a little bit high. And so unfortunately on that mark, it fails the criteria. Now, in terms of speed and how fast it is to generate an income, then it definitely passes the criteria on speed, because you can land a consulting or coaching client for thousands of dollars, and right there with your first client, you're already making enough money to work from home. And in terms of profitability, it definitely passes the mark on that as well, because offering coaching and consulting services costs you nothing as an individual. So if you come up with some type of program as a life coach, as a business coach, as a mindset coach, if you want to offer consulting services in sales and marketing and business and team building and design, and really any type of domain, it doesn't cost you anything to provide aside from your skills and your time. And so all the money that you're going to be charging your clients is going to really be profit that you can take home at the end of the day. So it definitely passes the mark on that level. So while it's a great option, it's not going to be the best way to earn a halal income in 2023. And that brings us to the fourth option, which is Amazon FBA, and evaluating that as a potential avenue to generate a halal income online. Now, Amazon FBA means fulfilled by Amazon. It means that you're buying products and you're sending them to Amazon, and Amazon is going to take care of shipping them to your customers and taking care of the orders. Now, that being said, with Amazon FBA, when we look at the ease of use when it comes to this business model, unfortunately, it actually fails the mark. It's pretty difficult, because on Amazon, you're going to be competing with other suppliers. You're going to be competing with Amazon's own products. And it's very difficult to stand out on a very crowded marketplace such as Amazon. So it's definitely not easy to get set up on the platform, to get approved as a seller, to find the right product for the right audience, and to really find a formula where you can generate a viable income on Amazon. In terms of the second criteria of cost, then unfortunately it fails that criteria as well, because you have to buy the products upfront and pay to ship them to Amazon and then hope that you're going to be able to sell them. But if you don't generate any sales, then you've already paid for those products and you've already lost a lot of money. And so in terms of cost, it's pretty expensive to start this type of business. Now, in terms of accessibility, is it accessible for beginners? I would say that this is a medium, but I would actually also probably fill it in terms of this criteria, because in terms of accessibility with Amazon, you do have to learn what it's going to take to really find that right product that is going to resonate on Amazon as a platform, and that's going to stand out and where you're going to generate sales, and it's not going to be drowned in like the 20th page of Amazon.com where no one's going to see it and no one's going to buy it because the first page is filled with Amazon's own products. Now, in terms of speed, is it fast? I would say that it fails that criteria as well because you have to, again, buy the products, ship them to Amazon. You have to take care of putting up the listing. You have to hope that you generate traffic to your listing, generate reviews, try to generate sales, and ultimately it's a very slow process. And in terms of profitability, it also fails on that mark as well because ultimately after buying the product, shipping it to Amazon, then there's only really so much margin that you have left in terms of how much you can sell it for. And you're probably going to be making $5, $10, $15, maximum $20 per sale, which is not enough to actually earn an income from home and quit your job. And what we're looking for is a way to actually be able to work from home permanently, to earn a halal income online, be able to actually get out of the 9 to 5 and do something with flexibility where you're not forced to go back to work if you don't want to. And of course, that doesn't leave us with many options. We've already evaluated building an app. We've evaluated selling products online. We've evaluated coaching and consulting and Amazon FBA. So what's really left? Well, there's actually one method to earn a halal income online that I have found that actually meets all of these 5 criteria perfectly. And this method is simply called freelancing. So what is freelancing exactly? Freelancing is offering a service to other clients or businesses online without committing to full-time employment. And freelancers can often take multiple projects at once with different clients simultaneously and generate an income very quickly. With freelancing, your clients will either pay you per project, per hour, or even per task, depending on your agreement. And the beautiful thing about freelancing is that the freelancing economy is growing very fast. In fact, on Upwork alone, one of the largest freelancing websites, 3 million jobs worth over $1 billion are posted every single year. So why freelancing? Well, let's evaluate it against our 5 criteria. Number 1, is it easy? And the answer is yes, because you don't need to set up a business. In fact, all you really need is to learn a skill that you can monetize online. And with the amount of tutorials available on YouTube alone, you can easily learn graphic design, video editing, marketing, virtual assistants, social media management, or any other skill really that people are going to be happy to pay you for. Because there's hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs and businesses out there that need help with social media, with virtual assistants, with marketing, with design, with development, with video editing, and with so many other tasks in their business. And they're looking to hire freelancers because it's more affordable than hiring a full-time employee and less of a commitment long-term. Now, in terms of the second criteria, does it cost you anything to offer freelancing services online? And the beautiful thing is that it actually costs you $0 to become a freelancer. It doesn't cost you anything to learn the skills that you need or even to find clients online. As we mentioned before, you have so many tutorials on different skills that you can acquire on YouTube and on Google, and you can even buy courses on Udemy for $20 to teach you video editing or YouTube ads or Facebook advertising or social media management or how to be a great virtual assistant. And most freelancing websites where you can get clients, such as Upwork or Freelancer.com, are actually free to use, and you're able to create a profile and find clients without much difficulty. Now, in terms of criteria number 3, which is accessibility, is it accessible to beginners? And the answer is definitely a resounding yes. Because as a freelancer, a lot of employers don't actually expect you to be an expert. And depending on how skilled you are, you can charge higher or lower on the pay scale. So maybe if you're just a beginner, you're going to charge $8, $10, $12, $15 an hour. But maybe if you're a professional at what you do, you're going to be charging $30, $40, even $50 an hour. Or maybe you're going to only be charging per project. And that's the beautiful thing about freelancing, is that you decide how much you earn. And as long as you have a skill that other people can benefit from, they're going to be happy to pay you for that skill. Now, is it fast in terms of generating an income? And the answer is definitely yes, because as long as you have a skill that other people can benefit from, that you can monetize online, it really is as simple as creating a profile on those freelancing websites and finding your first client. And your first client could be worth as much as $1,000 or more, depending on the project. And ultimately, that money all goes into your pocket because you're not selling products, you're not building a business, you're not really doing anything that costs you money. You're simply offering your skills and your time. And so yes, the money that you earn is based on your skills and your time alone. However, you get to do this with flexibility. You get to do this working from home. You get to do this in the places that you like to be. And so whether you want to travel or whether you want to really be remote or a digital nomad, you're able to have that lifestyle through freelancing. And the truth is, I have no incentive or reason to promote freelancing to you right now because we don't even sell a freelancing course or program at Ondernemen. And so truly, when I tell you this, it's because I really have seen that over the past couple of years, as I've coached hundreds of Muslims to build online businesses, the easier path to generating an income online, if you're not ready to build your own business, is to start by freelancing. Start by really acquiring a skill that you can monetize online, work with a few clients, and build up your experience until you're ready to actually build a business. And the beautiful thing about freelancing is that it's massively profitable. Yes, you get to keep all of the income that you generate from working with clients, and really the only thing that you have to pay is if you've gotten a client out of one of those freelancing platforms such as Upwork or freelancer.com, then usually they'll take a small commission for having referred a client to you. But the amazing thing is you don't even have to market yourself. You don't even have to worry about, building a social media profile and trying to get clients there. You can literally sign up with your profile on these freelancing websites, and they're going to refer clients to you based on your skills and expertise. Now, as I mentioned before, when you're a freelancer, you have the option to decide what your work is worth. And of course, as a beginner, the price you might start with is pretty low. But over time, as you continue to get better and better and excel and gain more skills, you can start to charge more for your services. And with freelancing, you can have multiple sources of income if you're working with more than one client at a time, or even in addition to your 9-to-5. If you want to do a side hustle working from home, generating an income online, freelancing is a great way to generate some side income without having to build an entire business. So there you have it, the best way to earn a halal income online from home in 2023. And the answer is definitely freelancing. That's my opinion. But again, I might be biased, I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. And if you're curious to know what are the most profitable skills that you can learn as a freelancer to help generate and earn a halal income online, I'm going to include one of the videos that I filmed earlier, either on this side or this side, where I talk about the 5 most profitable skills to master in 2023 to earn a halal income online as a freelancer. And if you enjoyed this video, of course, make sure to let me know in the comments and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos moving forward from Ondernemen. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next ones. Barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.